The romance with life itself and how we fall out of that romance. We get submerged out of that light energy of feeling good sometimes. And as we fall out of that feel good energy, it's natural and it's not necessarily good or bad. It's just a matter of something of a duality. But as we fall from a certain theme into a certain duality, we rise up out of that duality casually, and then just the waves of life, they could bring us back. It's as if, like, a wave is kind of passing through, and as it rises, it crashes, and that could be like nuanced respectively. And it just feels like, if we don't have a romance with life, that there's some type of codependency, or there's some type of accumulated spiritual projection, energetically wise, that you have projected upon the life, and now life is projecting back onto you. There's a lack of reciprocity with life itself, is why we're in the situations that we're in. The condition that we're in right now is because it's our energy workings of our reciprocity with life itself, and the energy reciprocity with life itself, it's registering back everything, not just like, society status wise, but other etc things, because the essence of who you are, it's not just your society character, it's other things. The condition of your life is based on your reciprocity with life itself, and we could choose to highlight the romance of our life, the how our inner child is kind of being cultivated for the better or for worse, and is still with us within this new person, changing person, or future self person, whatever. And within those different types of persons, the inner child is like, sometimes it could be argued over. The inner child, it could be like, it could be kind of like, debated over, and like arguments could happen, like, what are we going to do with this one, kind of thing. Because that's like that's something of like the Leo energy. Like, the Leo energy is like, they're naturally at romance with life, they're naturally at, within, they're like the signs that represent their qualities. They don't necessarily have to think about it, because they already are that. They could be already, like the Leos respectively, quote unquote, end quote, they could be already like one with like casual affairs of life, of how things go on, just within, like, the crux of like just general family affairs and friend affairs. And within those family and friend affairs, they could, like, bring their friends to their family, they could bring their family to their friends, and they could, like, that's what their life could be like revolved around. So I think, like, the quote unquote shadow of Leo, end quote, is like, it's kind of like, you lost your romance with life. And if you lost your romance with life, it's because your accumulation of, toxic projections, you're putting that on life, and life is mirroring that back on you. So that's why Leos could get, like, sometimes they could get, like, like kind of like weird looks at them, because they're just naturally with that. So it's up to us to balance our, inner, fifth house energy respectively, and however that's playing out for you. And you're like, you're kind of like your unconscious body, and you could even like look at the houses as like, something of like, your dream body respectively. So what am I sponsoring today? I did another video before this, and I just, the angle was kind of weird, so I had to do it over. But yeah, also like seeing the affairs of life, fifth house theme, like seeing the plateaus of the old business, seeing the plateaus of the old financial systems, seeing the plateaus of the old operating systems of just general tech shit. Because if we don't recognize those plateaus, then we're just going to go to the transition kind of like, spiritually kind of like drunken, spiritually kind of just staggering, without even knowing it. Even if you are clean cut society professional, like based, I'm so fresh, I'm so clean kind of thing, on a spiritual thing, like if you don't know the transition, and you don't know how things are plateauing, and since they plateaued because certain collective genetic, new families, the old systems aren't serving these new beings in so many different ways. just as what they are mentally, physically, and and just like society wise, so that's what we're particularly waking up to. So like this is the affair and the romance with life itself, respecting everybody as best as you can, honoring people's voices obviously, and knowing when to listen and knowing when to share for a purpose, because this is for the purpose. So yeah. So recognizing the plateaus, so like the particular transition that you're going through, you could actually like have like the energy feel comfortable, like not your surface level physical self or surface level mental self, no, like your inner child spiritual self could feel good, and that let that be your spiritual foundation, so you could actually like keep feeling good, you know. Thank you.